Michelle runs her own Pilates studio, is a gymnastics instructor, and when she's competing in kitesurfing, tops the SA women's ranks and trumps most of the guys too. Jeannie felt confident she could learn a thing or two from this 21-year-old.
Wow, you look fantastic. Is that from the Pilates or from the kitesurfing?
I like to think it's a combination of both. Pilates doesn't only help your outer core, but your inner core muscles as well, which is what you really need when you're performing.
You can really show me how to get a six-pack like that?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, what's the first step?
Okay, so this exercise is called a hip roll. To challenge you a bit, your feet will be on the ball today instead of just on the mat as usual. You're going to just inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll your hips up off the mat.
But you don't have any hips.
Inhale, hold it there. This is a great exercise for your abs, your hips, your hamstrings, everything. And it may look challenging, but anyone can do it.
This is so slow, but it's very controlled that I actually feel it everywhere, and it's burning. My, is it burning?
And that's the great thing about Pilates. We just do a few slow exercises, but you can really feel it. I've even had some big bodybuilder guys rolling on the floor in tears.
You're joking. So I'm quite strong then?
You are definitely, yes.
The March heatwave will soon give in to winter, with less kiting to keep the kilos off. Still, between Latin dancing, surfing and Pilates, Michelle's got it covered.
It's amazing how much ice cream and sweets that you consume, and yet you stay so little. The fact is, you're a human furnace. You just keep on burning all of the sugar away.
Yes, it's true. I have such an active lifestyle, so I think it's fine to eat some ice cream every now and then or all the time.
With 1.5 million people taking up her sport, competition gets tougher. So with our season now ending, Michelle will continue her training in Zanzibar. It was a shared love of kiting and outreach work that brought Michelle and financial advisor Neil Haywood together. Between them and coach Clyde Thomas, they'd try to get Jeannie airborne in a day.
It must be so convenient having a boyfriend who does the same sport as you.
Oh yeah, it is definitely. It's great, and we get to spend so much time together. I have someone always looking out for me on the water, and I get someone to pump up my kite for me and set everything up for me. I just have to walk onto the beach and take my kite and go.
Basically, at the end of the day, you know, it's been a hard day at work, and it's just a nice way to relax. Even though it's extreme conditions sometimes, it's still a lovely way to be out in the elements, you know, and just to be with each other and just helping each other out.
Seriously though, with such strong winds and you're such a petite girl, don't you have that element of fear that something could go wrong and the wind can just fly you away?
I do have a little bit of fear sometimes, and I kind of think like if my kite were to crash now or if a line were to break, I might even die, but it just adds to the adrenaline and just makes it so much more fun.
Do you guys ever get competitive? Like, who's the better kite surfer?
No, she takes me out hands down, you know, so I've got a lot to learn from her, so believe it or not, she's quite a step up from us.
That's okay.
Clyde, you are literally my lifeline out here because you're going to be my security in this very, very hectic weather. So what are some safety precautions that I have to remember?
Well, kiteboarding is an extreme sport. One of the major things to do is always learn with a qualified instructor. That's very important, as the most dangerous time in kiteboarding is when you're learning.
All right, let's do this.
I'm gonna yank you.
Wow, Clyde, we've just met. Okay, what's next?
Next we have a helmet with a radio, so if you go flying away, I can tell you how to survive and get back to the shore.
Why is it the more daring the stuff I do, the worse the outfit is?
Some girls model Burberry at London Fashion Week. Some model kites.
Steady, let it go!
This kind of wind has driven some athletes to clock speeds of around 100 kilometers an hour.
Looks like you're struggling there.
Yeah, it's pretty strong, so I think all we're going to do is just what we call body dragging. You're just going to hold on here, and then we're going to fly it down in the water.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
In these same Atlantic waters, another woman, Kirsty Jones, set the distance record of 225 kilometers from the Canary Islands to Morocco. Jeannie managed about 225 centimeters, and that was far enough.
The only good thing about that is a full exfoliation I got on my face with all of that sand and all of that salt water. Michelle, I take my hat off to you. You are unbelievable. You're practically flying. But all this wind and sand and water and this outfit, it's not for me. So you kids keep on doing what you're doing and I'll watch.
It's official that the sport won't be part of the Rio Games, but when the Olympics Committee does agree that kite surfing cannot be ignored any longer, South Africa won't need to look too far for her first medal contender.